Uvalde Radio, live from the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards.
UvaldeRadio.net, Robert Miguel, and Cory Brooks. What's going on, Cory?
How are you doing?
We are finally up and running. We are live at the PBR, what's it called? The PBR Club? PBR something at Texas Live in Arlington. The PBR Cowboy Bar, I think is what it's called.
I think that's what it's called, yes.
And I think we got Ryder Grimes on stage right now. He's doing his Velvet Chain song.
Yes.
It's a sexy song, and I'm a dude, so I bet you like that one, huh?
They liked it. As soon as he started singing, they were clapping.
And then half the ladies clapped, half of them fainted and just fell on the floor. And then panties were flying. No, of course, this is a good wholesome country show tonight. So we are at the Future Faces show, right?
We are.
I'm excited. So it's the Future Faces, 8 of the rising stars of Texas music competing, and of course they're all friends and they're buddies, but they're all vying for an opportunity to open up at the 13th annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, which are going to be held tomorrow night, right here in the big room.
Yeah, they've got a huge screen TV in there.
Huge stage. Hey, Kendall Beard, AJ Vallejo, they're over there. They can't hear me because he's playing loud, but we're going to talk to them. They're hosting the event tonight, and that's the members of Love and Chaos. So we'll have to play some of their music as well too. But so far, I know we've had Olivia Harms on stage.
Yes.
Do you know who the other one was? Was another?
I don't remember. We were busy.
Yeah, we've been setting up and setting up the last stuff. So I think we're good to go. So we're live and on the air. Let me go ahead and play some Olivia Harms, since she was the first one that kicked off the live kind of competition. But again, 8 rising stars of Texas music competing for a chance to open up at the 13th annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards tomorrow, where UvaldeRadio.net is a top 5 finalist for Internet Radio Station of the Year. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors, since that's kind of what we need to do. They basically paid for the gas to get us out here today, so I'll go ahead and read these today this time. Back Ranch Bunkhouse, First State Bank of Uvalde, Medina Electric Cooperative, Graf 7A Ranch and Hondo, Texas Farm Store, Star Realty and Ranch, DKM Enterprises, Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, the Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, Uvalde Grand Opera House, and our friends at Southern Lace Marketplace. Thank y'all for making this possible. All right, so they're buying our drinks tonight, basically. All right.
Oh, are they? Nice.
So let's go and do Olivia Harms. She kicked off the competition, and we are live in Arlington, Texas Live, for the Future Faces show, which is night 1 of the 13th annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. This is UvaldeRadio.net. UvaldeRadio.net. We are live at Texas Live, the PBR Cowboy Club, night 1 of the 13th annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. Thanks to some of our sponsors: Back Ranch Bunkhouse, First State Bank of Uvalde, Medina Electric Cooperative, and Graf 7A Ranch in Hondo. That was Neon Blue by Olivia Harms. Olivia kicked off the competition. We call it competition because they're all vying for an opportunity to play the big stage tomorrow at the awards ceremony. And a young lady who is no stranger to this event, who was actually featured on it last year, who I personally voted for, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Welcome, Allora, Leonard.
Yay!
Hey. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm great. You look beautiful.
Thank
your outfits are always so
Thank
legit.
You.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
So you're usually on here with your mom or your dad, your folks? Are they here?
Yeah, so my dad's here. I've got grandparents here, and I've got some friends, that are here playing and whatnot. So so I'm just here to support and cheering everybody that's playing tonight, and to attend the awards tomorrow night. So
now, like I said, you actually were part of the Future Faces competition last year. Go ahead and let's relive that, recap your experience last time.
Yeah, I mean, it was my first time to come to T3R, to this award show.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So it was my first time to come here. First time to come here, and so I didn't know what to expect going in. And man, I met so many wonderful, amazing people, and got to be on the bill with some great artists, and I know ones that are nominated this year, like Kate Watson and several others. And so it's cool to come back and see some of the new fresh faces that are coming up here. And so it was such a blast to get to perform last year.
So last year you were a Future Face, now you're an old soul girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
But so what was it? What do you, if one of these Future Faces contestants had asked you, like, hey, some advice, what should I do? What would you say to them, since you've done it before?
Well, I think, honestly, the main thing, at least for something like tonight, just play your best songs, have fun, and the audience will have fun with you. So, I mean, just go out there and perform. Just enjoy yourself.
Remind me, how many songs do you guys get to play, and how does the format work?
So, okay, if I'm trying to remember from last year, I believe that you've got at least 4 people up there on stage that play each round. And you play about 2, maybe 3 songs from what I remember from last year, so something like that.
So you get a little bit of freedom, you want to do 2 or 3. Do you think it's better to play more songs or less songs?
I think it just depends, honestly.
Maybe on what you got in the bag.
Right,
maybe?
And I think it depends on what you say before your song, how much time you've got there, so it just varies. So
now, when you did this last year, I mean, you're not, of course, you get on stage all the time, different places all over the state and beyond, right? But there's got to be something different about being among not only your peers, but some of your heroes, probably.
Yes.
What was that energy like for you personally?
It was really fun just because everyone's so supportive here. Everyone's cheering you on and wanting you to, have success and do well. So I think having that type of environment is really cool, and it's very encouraging, especially for someone like me who's up and coming and new to the association and to the scene.
So, are you here supporting any of the? If you had to pick one of the 8 future faces, who would you vote for?
So, a couple that I know personally and I'm vying for. So, Chaser Crouch, he and I have done some cutting and whatnot together. We have a lot of mutual friends in that area. So I'm encouraging him tonight, and then also my friend Jordan Rayner. She and I have known each other for a long time.
Really?
And so, she and I have written a couple songs together, and so she's awesome, and she's a phenomenal performer, and so I'm really looking.
She's a character too.
Yes,
I like that about her. Yeah,
yes, and
cool.
so I'm really looking forward to her just
so those are your
up the
male and
stage
female
tonight.
picks.
Yes,
then. Very good. All right. Well, again, we got Allora Leonard here, and let's go and talk about what you've got. I know you've been in school, and your life's changed a little bit. You're doing a few less shows now, right? Because of school.
Well, yes,
or
I am.
No, maybe not.
Well, I think it depends weekend from weekend. I mean, I know for spring break I had 7 gigs.
Oh wow!
That whole week, and so
some break.
So spring break quotations.
Right.
So I'm still just as busy, and I'm still playing a whole lot. If I'm not playing during the weekends, I'm at a horse show or I'm playing at the school or something like that. So I'm definitely staying busy. But I know I had, when I was on radio tour, I had several different producers and radio DJs tell me about South Plains College and their music program, and I can't thank them enough for mentioning it, because it has been such a great tool for me to meet other players and to also just grow and whatnot. So it's been a really great thing for me, and I'm really enjoying it.
Well, it sounds like you're living the best life. That's so awesome. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think when you kind of started in school, you mentioned online or in an interview that you're probably going to be putting less music to radio and doing that, obviously.
For now, yes.
But is there anything you're working on maybe down the pike? Do we get an ETA at all?
Yes, so I am writing a whole lot, and I've got quite a few songs that I think there might be a single that will come up, I would say, in the next several months.
Okay.
But we might have a new single out on the radio. We'll see. I'm not putting any pressure on it, but definitely be looking forward to some new music from me in the future, for sure.
Well, we look forward to it. Again, we got Allora Leonard here. We are at the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, the first night at the Future Faces Showcase. 8 great rising stars of Texas music competing. Allora did it last year, and it was a wonderful experience, so it's good to see you again this year with a little bit more experience under your belt. Very cool. So let's go and do your song. It's one called San Antone, and go and give us a quick intro on this song.
Yeah, so San Antone, I wrote this right before I graduated high school, and so when I was trying to figure out what the next path was going to be for me, I talked to one of my friends, Lance Carpenter, who wrote this song with me, and figured we would write a song about it. So this is a song called San Antone.
Well, Uvalde Radio loves this. Let's get it on. This is Allora Leonard, and we are live at Texas Live in Arlington. Let's thank some of our sponsors again: Texas Farm Store, Star Realty and Ranch, DKM Enterprises, and Uvalde Coach Power Sports and Equipment. Allora Leonard, San Antone on Uvalde Radio. UvaldeRadio.net. We are live at Texas Live, Arlington, at the PBR Cowboy Bar. It is a Future Faces show, the prequel to the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. We just heard Allora Leonard's song, San Antonio. Always a pleasure to catch up with that young lady. I've known her since she was 16. I say that. She's like 18 or 19 now.
I was going to say, she still looks young. She's beautiful.
She's absolutely, and she is a legit rodeo cowgirl. Like,
nice.
She ropes and rides Broncos. And the interesting story, I'm going to do a little bragging rights here. She's actually, one of the first gigs she used to do was at the Graf 70 Ranch in Hondo, where Uvalde Radio sponsors and advertises those events too. We were the first radio station ever to play her song and do a radio interview with her. Yeah,
wonderful.
So when she makes it super huge, we've got that feather in our hat.
Nice.
Stuff there. So again, I'm Robert Miguel. Cory is here. Hello.
Hello.
I appreciate you going and doing bar duty. We got our drinks now. What are you drinking tonight?
Well, I ordered a whiskey and Coke for you and something yummy for me. So I don't know what it is, but it's yummy.
But what if you like it? You should know what it is.
Well, she knows what it is.
Well, if you like it, have you tasted it?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Good. Yep.
All right, good.
It's pretty good.
All right, so I need to pull up a song to play. Go ahead. You say something real quick while I figure out what I'm going to play, because I was totally unprepared here.
Okay, so they've got a mechanical bull back here.
Yes, they do.
I wonder if they're going to start it up. It is plugged in because I hear the noise. But I don't know. I'm not dressed for mechanical bull riding tonight.
No, you got a nice, frilly, pretty dress, and yeah, you don't want to fall off. And
I don't care. I could go side saddle. I don't care.
Really? You want to do that? I see Paul Leeson over there. He's from the Wilder Blue, and he's also Brie Bagwell's boyfriend. So I'm trying to get him over here.
Somewhere.
Yeah. So matter of fact, I'm going to play some Brie Bagwell. You know what? I should probably play a dude song. Right? I'm playing all these girl songs.
Yeah,
let's go and find some magic. You keep talking while I find something to play here, because I didn't prepare.
I didn't prepare very well either.
Why don't you just thank our sponsors one more time?
I will thank our sponsors one more time. Back Ranch Bunkhouse. I cannot say
you
that.
Cannot get that to save
Back
your life.
Ranch Bunkhouse. Love you guys. First State Bank of Uvalde, Medina Electric Co-op, Graf 7A Ranch, Texas Farm Store, Star Realty and Ranch, DKM Enterprises, Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Centers, Uvalde Grand Opera House, and our friends, Southern Lace Marketplace.
Thank you guys for making this possible. Very good. So I know we've got Jenni Lord in the house. We've seen Chuck Weimer. Cynthia Rausch is here.
Cynthia Rausch, I saw.
Sandee June is here. I saw Jordan Rayner. So, and I saw again Paul Leeson, which means Brie Bagwell is not too far behind. And although I don't think he'll make it tonight, but let's go and play some Aaron Watson. He's up for Entertainer of the Year, and I believe Album of the Year, maybe. It's a couple of categories. But this is seriously one of my very favorite songs of the last year. Aaron Watson, The Old Man Said, and this is Uvalde Radio. UvaldeRadio.net. We are live at the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. The pre-party, actually, it's a party for us, but a lot of work for 8 individuals who are competing, vying for the opportunity to play the big main stage tomorrow at the award ceremony here at Texas Live in Arlington. We just heard Aaron Watson. He's not going to be here tonight. He's a big superstar, but he's up for Entertainer of the Year at this year's ceremony. So that's pretty cool. But I do have a superstar in the making right now. I got to share a table with this guy a couple of years ago at the T3Rs. I guess that was 2021, right? Mr. Dallas Pryor.
What's going on, Robert?
From
How
the
you
Lazy
doing?
Wayne Band.
It's good to talk to you all again.
It's good to see you,
been
man.
a while since I've been down.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years, right?
Yep.
So what have you been up to? I know I follow you on Facebook, and I know you got some new material. You were bragging about how good it is, and you're excited, huh?
We just, actually, the best is yet to come. The stuff I'm super excited about is coming up on the new EP, the About Damn Time Volume 3. That's coming out here next month, just a month away from it coming out. It's two extra songs on top of the 2 singles we've already released from it. I'm excited about the 2 singles.
So now
but I'm super excited about the other 2.
So is this your bass player over here with you?
This is our bass player from the Lazy Wayne Band. This is Samuel Williams, everybody.
Hi, how's it going?
What's up, Sam? How long have you been in the band? You been around as long as him?
It's probably been about 5 years.
Wow, so okay, so you're OG.
I've been doing it.
Because you're young. You're like a baby face, man. That's cool.
I haven't taken my hat off.
Oh, man. So is he the one who gets all the ladies?
No, yeah, for sure. He's
chick
actually
mag
the
on the
only
band?
one with one.
Oh, wow, that doesn't work. Well, it probably does work well. That's good. Very cool. Well, so who else is in the band? Anybody else from the band here tonight? Or
No.
you guys are representing?
Sam and his girlfriend Victoria, the only ones that came down with us this year. I'm going to try, one of these days, I'm going to get the whole band out here, and they're going to see what it's all about here at the D3Rs.
Give the other guys a shout out real quick so they can at least get their name on the radio.
Logan Sanders, he's our young gun, badass lead guitarist, and we got Mr. Tyler Jimenez, all of us Kansas boys on the drums. He just joined the Lazy Wayne band not that long ago, and he's a pro out of pros, man. We've never had anyone that does it like he does, that's for sure.
So let's talk about this new music. Is it streaming available now? Is it going to be released, on LP or CDs or just
Two
digital?
singles that have just released are out right now. They're 2 singles off a 4-song EP, and the 4-song EP will be coming out next month. It'll be available on everything. We released through Smith Music Group right out of here in Fort Worth, Texas, and they do a great job at trying to get us on the jukeboxes at bars and stuff like that.
Nice.
Getting us on every Spotify, Apple Music, what you can call it.
Yeah, get on all those
Streaming
playlists and everything.
there is, yeah.
So I know that you kind of implied that this is a level up, like your new stuff. You're really proud of it.
I'm really proud of it.
So
yeah.
what's
Sam
what's the difference? Would you say? I guess the main differences between this new batch of songs and the couple you recorded already.
We know what we're doing. We've never known what we're doing before. We're a bunch of Kansas boys from kind of in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, and we don't really have a lot of people experienced in doing music like this. And the first round took the whole reason they're called About Damn Time Volumes 1, 2, and 3. It's because I got frustrated with how long it took, like 2 years to get the first 3 songs out. And then we got better at it, and it got quicker, and it also the quality I think went way up.
And you caught up with the learning curve is there now.
I think so, yeah.
Well, we look forward to it. So tell everybody where to find you guys on the website and the social medias and all the good stuff.
LazyWayne.com, Lazy Wayne Band everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you can find. YouTube if you're into that. We got all the social media.
I like how you said it, if you're into that. I think it's a sin to stream your music on video. I don't know.
It's weird.
It's weird. It's still weird. I'm old school that way. I'm like,
people do it.
Oh, no. Yeah. And you can listen to Uvalde Radio on Roku, so it's like, put my TV on, crank up the radio station. I'm just like, it's still weird, though. It's like, well, it seems wrong. But, hey, however people can digest it, do it, right?
Just look up Lazy Wayne Band. You'll find us one way or another.
So, once again, Dallas and Sam, you guys, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Robert.
Sam, say some more stuff. Say something else. It's okay. You can just
I don't have anything to say. Thank you.
He just wishes he had the luscious lock of Robert.
No. I just wish I had everything else. Yeah, we'd be killer. All right, guys. Once again, the Lazy Wayne Band. Let's go and get into some more music. This is Uvalde Radio live at Texas Live in Arlington. All right, Uvalde Radio, we are live at Texas Live in Arlington, the PBR Cowboy Bar. That was some Kinfo, Sunny, and 72. Normally, the Kinfo guys come on out here and support the Future Faces Showcase. Hey, our live coverage today is brought to you by our local sponsors, Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, Uvalde Grand Opera House, and Southern Lace Marketplace, just to name a few. We are at the Future Faces Showcase, 8 rising stars of Texas music, vying for the opportunity to perform on the big main stage at tomorrow's big event, the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. Somebody just wrapped up. I don't know who it was. We're kind of in the back. It's kind of hectic and crazy. But let me go ahead and mention the artists this year are Jordan Rayner, Landon Heights, Olivia Harms, James Robert Webb, I love his voice, Amanda Kate Ferris, Chaser Crouch, I think that was Chaser Crouch up there actually, Sandee June, and Ryder Grimes, all right? So there's going to be a performance by Love and Chaos, Kendall Beard, AJ Vallejo. They're always a treat to see. And right now, a treat. We got to see her last night, had a little pre-party in Deep Ellum, Dallas, Texas, which is a whole different bag of tricks. Oh, yeah. But y'all please welcome Cynthia Rausch.
Thank you. Woo.
So Cynthia, it's good to see you 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming out to Deep Ellum, Texas last night. Boy, that's crazy. Hey, do you ever spend any time in Deep Ellum ever?
I was a first timer there, so it was
a rude awakening.
It's a culture.
that used to be my stomping grounds for many, many years.
Oh, cool.
But it changes. It kind of ebbs and flows, and it's flowing these days, man. It was crazy. It took me half an hour just to park, and you know what I mean? It's nuts.
Same, yeah.
So, but I'm glad you went out there and checked out September Moon, and we had Ray Grace performing as well, too. Yeah. So, again, we appreciate you guys so much.
Of course.
Yeah, appreciate that. We'll keep it.
It was awesome.
That's a Deep Ellum secret. So, Cynthia, you've got a hot song that's on the radio. We just kind of upped it up to like our medium rotation, so it's getting heard more in Uvalde Radio now. But man, it's a good one. What the Whiskey Gave You, and it hits you like a Johnny Cash song, you know what I mean, or a Kenny Rogers song, you know, where it's just kind of got that story oomph, you know.
Yeah.
But tell us about the song. Did you write it? Did you co-write it? What's the inspiration? Give us some backstory.
So I wrote the song myself, and the inspiration was just bringing awareness to a problem that's risen in our country and around the world, actually, and just really wanted to bring comfort to people that have lost someone to addiction, as well as just bring awareness to it as an issue sometimes that people really deal with, considering I also dealt with addiction in my teens, and then also my dad had an alcoholic issues for a while, and just, you know, it was just trying to bring awareness and a comfort and a new insight into this situation and tell a story and hopefully touch people's hearts and bring hope.
And lyrically, the dramatic telling of the story, because, you know, at first the song opens and you can kind of apply it to just love lost, right? Just losing a breakup, you know, and, you know, like the substance, the liquor, whatever the vice is, got in the way of our relationship. And then you drop the heavy hammer, you know, oh, you're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, peace out. You know, I'm talking to a grave, essentially.
Right.
Which, I mean, still just talking about, it's giving me chills. So what was it, whenever you wrote those words, that lyric, and especially that kind of moment, that I guess, reveal?
Yeah.
Did you know you had something there special?
I cried when I wrote the song, I'm not gonna lie. It was a very powerful moment for me to be able to bring that into a song, and just, I was really just, it was a gift from God, and we're just gonna go with that and say that's 100% it, because I was just really flabbergasted that it came out so well, and then the production and everything was just beautiful, and I'm just really, really proud of it.
And your voice, because the what you're singing, it's got so much soul and grief and loss all in there, but still so beautiful, you know.
Thank you.
It is a fantastic song. When I like to say it this way, I just love it when I'm running my own radio station. Like, I know every song that's on there,
right?
But every now and again, I'll be listening passively, and then a song will come on, and I'll be like, oh, it's really cool when you know the song, you already kind of know what you're playing, and then you're still hit like that, like I'm a listener and a fan. So I appreciate the art. So thank you so much.
That really means a lot. Thank you.
So Cynthia Rausch, tell us what's coming up next for you. What are you up to?
Just currently writing a single out, because it's kind of been a wild ride, but just doing shows, and I'm actually working on getting the final touches done to move here down to Texas.
That's awesome. So now you're in Kansas.
Yes.
Yeah. So the fact that you come down here as often as you do is pretty awesome.
Well, thank you. We love it down here.
A lot of gas money. Thanks, Biden.
Worth the miles.
So any ETA on the big move?
We're hoping that the latest fall. So we're hoping to get things ironed out this summer and get the moving going. So yeah.
So and just getting back to the song, What the Whiskey Gave You. This is currently your highest charting single in Texas charts,
yes, sir.
right? So how is that energy and momentum feeling for you?
It's surreal. I'm really actually just I knew the song would do well, but I didn't expect. It's blown me away, the support and the lives and the people telling me things about it. I just have been really, really blessed.
I would imagine you get lots of heartfelt stories and people where it just touches them, and I would hate to see your Facebook inbox.
The first month I was crying every day. I'm not gonna lie, but good happy tears and some heartbreak. But it's been good.
But you're right. It's one of those kind of cleansing, washing kind of sorrowful songs.
Right.
It's kind of very cool. Well, let's get into the song. First, tell us the website and the social medias and how to find you.
You can find me at CynthiaRausch.com, CynthiaRausch.com, and you can find my social media all on there, as well as all the other information that you might need.
All right, without further ado, let's do it. Cynthia Rausch. This one's called What the Whiskey Gave You. We are live at Texas Live in Arlington. Let's thank some sponsors real quick. Do somebody can dig some up. DKM Enterprises, Star Realty and Ranch, Texas Farm Store, and Graf 7A Ranch in Hondo. Here to Cynthia Rausch, What the Whiskey Gave You, and this is Uvalde Radio. UvaldeRadio.net. We are live in Arlington, Texas. Texas Live at the PBR Cowboy Bar for the Future Faces Show. 8 rising stars of Texas music competing, vying for a chance to perform at the Big Deal tomorrow night, the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. We just heard Cynthia Rausch, What the Whiskey Gave You. If I'm not mistaken, she did it last year. I think she was a Future Face last year. And that new single is amazing. Right now, we've got in front of us a young lady who is actually just on stage moments ago. Please welcome Sandee June.
Hello, Robert.
So how you feeling? How you feeling about your performance? You just got up there, you toured up. What's up?
I'm feeling great. I'm so glad it's over. It was a little nervous, but it was all good. Great. The crowd was wonderful. Everyone was so positive, and it was great.
So let's talk about the format of the competition. There's 8 artists, and they put you up like 4 at a time. You do a couple of like songs swapped up. Tell me exactly how the format works.
Okay, so they put us in groups of 4, 2 girls, 2 guys, and we just do the little song swap, and it was fun.
So how do you decide what songs you do? You just kind of do your trademark, your singles, and
yes.
What was that like picking what you were going to perform?
It was if I would have had time, I would have sang Trouble Train, my current single out right now.
That's right.
That was what I was going to sing next, but we only had time for 2. So I sang my last current single, Too Many Hearts in Houston, and then I sang a song I just recorded at the studio, and it will be my next single release.
Oh, already looking forward to that one.
Yes, it's called Don't Whiskey Us Away.
So you're obviously excited about the new song.
I'm very excited.
Sometimes it's good to perform the ones that you just recently recorded, and because obviously you're in tune with it right now, right?
Yes, and it's it is the Future Faces show, so I wanted to give them something coming up in the future.
Little future taste. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Right.
So Sandee, you have you've been doing this for a few years now, right?
Yes,
How
I'm
long you been
still
doing this?
new to country music. So not many people know my story unless you've read my bio or seen me in concert somewhere. But growing up, my mom always said, don't die with your music still inside. And she meant that about anything in life. And my daddy always said, I don't care how old you get, don't ever stop learning something new. So when I turned 50, I bought myself a guitar.
Wait, when you turned 50, so you're over 50? First of all, you didn't have to say that. You are absolutely so youthful and beautiful. It's crazy.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
Yes, so I turned 50. I secretly bought myself a guitar and taught myself to play from YouTube. And during COVID, I released my first single. It went 31 on the charts.
Wow.
And now here I am today, and I'm 55.
First of all, let me say this. Any 50-year-old even learning anything on YouTube, that's a feat in itself, right?
Yes.
I mean, because, we're that's just not our generation. We're not used to doing that. But YouTube, you can learn anything these days, right?
Oh, my gosh, you can do open heart surgery.
What else have you learned on YouTube? Any plumbing or cooking, or what do you do on YouTube?
Actually, I have learned to do a little plumbing with my sink, so you're right about that. But I'm a registered nurse of 26 years.
Wow.
I work cardiothoracic surgery all my life, and I have 4 children. I've got almost 12 grandchildren. My fiance has 6, so together we have 18.
That's like a Brady Bunch.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
awesome.
love cooking. I love to cook. I love to sew, and I quilt and crochet. And I'm just one of those types of people that if I want to do something, I just do it.
You're a Jill of all trades.
I set my wheels in motion, and I don't stop.
So yeah, I mean, you admittedly got a little bit of a late start to this music career, but it sounds like you're doing it. You're hitting it, man.
I'm having fun. Yeah. My next 50 years, that Tim McGraw song.
Yeah.
Well, I hope to live to be 100, and I hope to have my mind, and I just want to enjoy these next 50 years.
Well, you seem like you got a fresh attitude and fresh legs, so it's good stuff. So again, we got Sandee June here. She performed earlier at the Future Faces show. How you feeling about your odds? Feeling good about it?
I feel great. You know what? I'm already a winner. I got selected as one of the 8 to be here.
Yeah,
I'm a winner.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about your current single. You mentioned it, Trouble Train. It sounds really great on the radio. I love that it's just kind of got this laid-back kind of coolness about it. Let's talk about, did you write it, co-write it? Did it get somebody to give it to you? Tell me the story behind the song.
I wrote the song with my fiance. We wrote it in my music room, and we were just, kicking words around, and we came up with Trouble Train, and it's so crazy because 2 years later is when I finally released the song, but the song had no relation to me or no meaning. I knew it would mean something to other people, but then something happens, and then it happens in your life, and so it's a very emotional song for me, and I really love it.
It almost seems like divine intervention if you're given something that's coming from you that you can apply to maybe help heal you along the way in the future. That sounds pretty serendipitous.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. So, I mean, it's a great tune. It is climbing up the charts. Obviously, you are doing well enough to get a spot here in the top 8 for the Future Faces. So best of luck to you. Let's talk about your website and your social media. Tell us where to find you.
All right. So my website is sandeejunemusic.com, and I spell my name with 2 E's, so Sandee. And then my website, that's my website. And then social media is the same, Sandee June Music on Instagram and Facebook.
Find her, Sandee June. Once again, let's thank our sponsors real quick before we get into some music here. Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, Uvalde Grand Opera House, Southern Lace Marketplace, Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, and our friends at DKM Enterprises. This is Sandee June and her new single called Trouble Train. We are live in Arlington, Texas at Texas Live, and this is UvaldeRadio.net. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Robert.
Uvalde Radio live from the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards.
UvaldeRadio.net. It's Robert Miguel once again live in Arlington, Texas. We are at Texas Live, the PBR Cowboy Bar, getting ready. It's night 1 of the 2 biggest nights in Texas music. The 13th annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards are tomorrow, and there's going to be lots of just the biggest talent in Texas performing on stage. Awards for the biggest and best, and including best internet radio station in Texas, which Uvalde Radio is a top 5 finalist. But it's really not about us. It's about all the fantastic artists, and we're looking forward to that. Tonight we're at the Future Faces show, which is 8 of the rising stars of Texas music competing, vying for an opportunity to perform live at tomorrow's festivities. So we've been talking about the 8 Future Faces artists tonight. We're going to be talking some more. I know Jordan Rayner's around here somewhere. Olivia Harms is as well. And a gentleman who is not only a future face, but a past face, too. This guy's been doing it a long time, but you're kind of coming back. You got a new thing, a new twist on an old thing, So joining me right now, Mr. Randy C. Moore in the flesh.
Oh, man. I'm too excited, Robert.
I'm excited to see you in person, man. So the last time we had a phone call, and it was right before you're about to premiere the new song, Before Elvis, right?
Before Elvis.
So we appreciate you letting us play it. We're among the first to play it, on the air. So
you appreciate it? That is like, let me 10 times that for me, man. I mean, that's such a different song to be out on Texas radio, and the guys who were promoting the record, they said, "Oh, you got to put that out." I said, "Are you kidding me?" They said, No, it's really different." I said, "Okay." And then you, my friend Robert Miguel down in Uvalde here, jumped on it like it was just like, I'm like, whoa, man.
Well, hey, look, it's easy. I'm a fan of Randy C. Moore. I'm a fan of Elvis. How hard can it be, man? So I know the single's climbing up the charts. It's doing real well for you. So this is kind of your second foray back, your second single foray back into Texas music, right?
It is.
Into the radio. But you've got a storied past. We talked about this when you premiered Before Elvis. Give us the quick run on Randy C. Moore, because you played with the big names.
Okay, well, if I want to just go through a little thumbnail sketch of it, I was actually born in Memphis, and my dad used to play a lot of that Memphis music around the house, so that was a lot of my influences and stuff. So I come up through the Houston music scene, because that's where I lived when I was a kid. A guy named Arch Yancey played some of my records when I was about 15, 16 years old, and I got to play at a Gillies club with him. Awesome. Oh, man, what an experience that was. And then I moved to Tennessee and got a couple of times to be on the Grand Ole Opry. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I'm pinching myself half the time when that kind of stuff happens. And, long and short of it is, I write with this person, I write with that person, and I'm sitting down and I'm writing with a guy named Carl Perkins down in Jackson, Tennessee one day. And Carl became a good friend. And so I fell in love again with music that was in my roots, which was kind of rockabilly, which is country, but it's a souped-up country song is what it is. And that's what this Before Elvis record was. It was kind of a little souped-up country song. It's a true story that my uncle told, my Uncle Gene, because he went to high school, and Elvis was like a couple of classes above him. And
Before Elvis was the king.
Before Elvis was Elvis, he was just a kid, So the excitement that this record has kind of, sort of ignited has kind of given me, I feel like I'm kind of a new guy. Yeah. Seriously, I mean, kind of it's kind of an electric kind of a feeling, you know.
Well, you've got, like I said, you got a story past, you got a resume. I mean, you are accomplished, but this is just something a little new, and that's got to be fantastic at this point in your career, right? Kind of being able to reinvent or maybe refocus to a new type of project, or climbing a different mountain, because you've already gotten so many at a very young age. So it's just exciting to see you kind of do something like this.
Well, I will say this. People who come out on the stage and they give a great show, and you watch them and you go, wow. And the reason why you go, wow, is it feels really fresh. It almost feels like they're doing it for the first time, even though they've probably done it like 1,363 times, you know. So this Before Elvis thing it's kind of made me sort of like bounce back into that sort of, man, this is a kind of a fresh deal. So.
Now, let's rewind a little bit and talk about Lukenbach, because Lukenbach is a really cool song, and that was your first single back into Texas radio.
It was, yeah.
What was that experience like, and what's the difference now with Before Elvis? How are the dynamics different?
Well, what happened with Lukenbach is I just hit the road. I hit the road with that song because I believed in it. A friend of mine and we produced it together up in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and his name is Norbert Putnam. He's a guy who made all of Jimmy Buffett's records with him, and a guy named Dan Fogelberg. He worked with Dan Fogelberg. So Norbert was really experienced, and so I drew upon that experience, and we just made just like a fun record about a little song that I wrote because my wife loves going to Lukenbach.
That's awesome. Well, man, and another thing I got to bring up of note is that not only have you got great songs and you've got, again, just some great experience, but you got a really good promo team. You're out on the road. I mean, you're not a spring chicken, but you're out there. You're putting the miles in. You're shaking the hands. You're making the phone calls. You're putting in the work. And I think it's safe to say that a lot of guys at your age and at your juncture, you know what I'm saying, kind of go, you know what, I've done that. I've already pressed the flesh. Is it hard for you to get out there and just put 110% in, or does it just come natural? Is that what you do?
There's a movie that Robert Redford had. It was called The Natural, and he shows up at this baseball team, and his coach looks at him and says, son, at your age, people think about retiring, not starting. So I kind of feel like I'm that guy these days. I'm the guy who's kind of at the beginning, even though people can look at me and go, oh, how can you be starting? And I'm like going, it just doesn't matter, because if it's right, I just go with it, man.
Well, it's like the name The Natural. You make it look easy, so it's really cool. But let's go give a shout out to Jenni, because she does a lot of work behind the scenes. So what's it like getting out there, pressing the flesh, doing the promo? You putting a lot of miles in, going to a lot of radio stations?
I have been, and Lukenbach afforded me the luxury of being able to call on people instead of actually put those miles on, because I'm going to tell you something right now. I turned in my tax return this past year. It had 50,000 miles on it.
Wow.
I did 50,000 miles in Texas last year.
Especially with those gas prices.
Well, I'm telling you what, the IRS is going to say, are you kidding me? And I'm going to look at the IRS and say, have you ever been to Texas? You know how big that place is?
That's awesome. Well, man, we appreciate all your hard work, and we appreciate you letting us kind of premiere the new song on Uvalde Radio. So best of luck to you. Let's go ahead and give me your socials and your website. Get all the plugs out. We'll get the song on.
If anybody wants to hear it or see the video or all that kind of stuff for Before Elvis or anything else I do, you go to my website, randycmoore.com. Randy, RandyCmoore.com. I'm on Facebook and all those other things, but if you really want to find out what's going on, go to the website. And if you go to Facebook, Randy C. Moore, or friends of Randy C. Moore, give me a shout out. I'll holler back at you. You can find out where I'm playing and what I'm doing. And by gosh, I love to hear from people, because I didn't get into this to be hidden from people.
and I can attest to it. You guys have a very personal relationship with your fans. You're very fan accessible and friendly. So we appreciate that, man.
I wouldn't be able to do this, if I didn't have folks to listen. So it's all good.
Well, fantastic. We're gonna get the song on real quick. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors: Back Ranch Bunkhouse, also First State Bank of Uvalde, Medina Electric Cooperative, Graft 7A Ranch in Hondo, Texas Farm Store, and Star Realty and Ranch, just to name a few, making this live broadcast possible. Let's do it. Randy C. Moore, Before Elvis. Y'all check it out and get ready to shake that lip and move them hips. So
yeah, baby.
This is Uvalde Radio live at Texas Live in Arlington. UvaldeRadio.net. Hey, it's Robert Miguel once again coming at you live from Arlington, Texas Live. We are in the PBR Cowboy Bar. It is the Future Faces Showcase. 8 of the rising stars of Texas music competing, vying for the big prize, the opportunity to perform at the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, which are going to be held tomorrow, Monday, March 27th, here at Texas Live in the big room. It's going to be fantastic. These things just get bigger and better every year. Our live local coverage is brought to you by some awesome sponsors: DKM Enterprises, Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, the Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, Uvalde Grand Opera House, Southern Lace Marketplace, Graf 7A Ranch in Hondo, and the Texas Farm Store. And we just heard some Randy Seymour before Elvis. Love that track. Looking forward to what Randy's got coming at you. Hopefully he'll be a future face, even though that guy's got a resume a mile long. It's cool to see him kind of making a comeback. And some other guys who I'm excited. I guess I've known this guy for a long time. Totally surprised to find that he had a band. But please, it's Mark from the Mojo Brothers. What's going on, man?
Hey, Robert. How you doing, bud? Just enjoying the show like you. A bunch of great talent here, and great to see you.
Yeah, so this is our first official interview. And the funny thing is that you texted me a while back. We ran into each other at the TCMAs. That's probably a bad word to say around here. Don't let Dave Smith hear you say that, right? That's the other awards show. But of course, we're here at the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. But we ran into each other at the TCMAs,
yes,
which are Fort Worth and the Stockyards, and that's the other major Texas charts. And then you recognized me, and you were like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we used to work together at the Eagle."
Yeah, we worked for years together at the Eagle.
It's crazy, man.
I think it's awesome that you're doing this. I think it's fantastic.
So with an FM radio background, I feel like I got an edge, on this internet radio thing. It's relatively new, but we're pretty awesome. And
yes.
Just to pat myself on the back, we are a top 5 finalist internet radio station of the year. I appreciate your support. You've said some really nice things about Uvalde Radio too. So
absolutely.
Thank you.
And thank you for playing our song.
Yeah,
absolutely. Really appreciate that.
It's a really cool tune. It's also kind of cool when you get a new record across your desk and you know the guy and you're like, this is surprising. So let's talk about the Mojo Brothers band. You prefer Mojo Brothers band? What's the best way to address?
So we go by Mojo Brothers band, just to distinguish it from anything else, and that's what all of our website is, all our social media.
The branding.
The branding, yes. So it just says MojoBrothersBand.com and at Mojo Brothers Band for all the social media. So that's what we call it.
Now you've been kind of jamming and rocking. I kind of remember that when we worked with the Eagle years ago. I think you dabbled in music back then, didn't you?
Yes, I played the guitar my whole life, and before I got into radio, I was out in LA doing the rock scene for a while, and then came back home because I was broke and got into radio and started doing fairly well. And
that's because you're on the sales end. Because if you're in radio and you're a jock like I was, you're broke still. Maybe even more broke because you're spending way more money at the bar than you're making there.
but we do it because we love it.
But we
it's
still
such
did
a cool industry,
It was really cool, and we had those glory days of the Eagle. Let's go ahead and do a one-off because you haven't been with them for a while now, right?
That's right. Oh yeah, it's been over 10 years.
So we know that in 2004, 97 won the Eagle, the big rock station here in the Metroplex.
Yes.
Went off the air. A little bit later, they did come back and did well for a few years. Right. And then they recently, last summer I think, went off the air again.
Yes, went off the air and went talk. Right.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that legacy kind of ending?
I personally thought they should keep the brand. Even if you change the format, the brand is so important. 97 won the Eagle. Really, that's what people identify with. And so if you change the brand, people don't know where to find it.
Right.
So that's what I would have done. I would have kept the brand because then you can always go back. We'll see what happens with talk on the FM.
The Freak 97 won the Freak is the new format.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a new format. Yeah. Right. But through it all, I've always been a songwriter. I am a guitar player, but I really think my forte is writing songs. So, Women, Cars, Guns, Guitar is a fun song. We've got a new one coming out, that you've seen, that I'm a Wannabe, and I really like the one I think we're going to do after that is, that one is a song about a bull rider. It's called Devil's Eye. I'm going to send those to you, let you listen to them.
Now I saw the post on Facebook. You guys are excited about the new stuff.
Yes.
So this is a new batch of recordings.
Yes.
And it's all going to be on the same EP, Living Together, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
So tell me, what's the difference between the first couple you did and these new ones? Is there a learning curve that you've kind of?
Big time. That's a great question. Big time. As we continue to write and we continue to produce, we're getting better and better at it. We're at Empire Studio in Carrollton, and they're really good. And so we're getting more efficient and the composition between the verse, the chorus, the bridge, and what have you, and the phrasing of the vocals and the melodies, and the harmonies and everything. So these are, you can tell the difference. I think they're all great songs written, but the production gets better and better.
Yeah.
So we're real excited about these two. We literally just finished them a couple weeks ago. So.
Now what we play is the current single, Women, Cars, Guns, and Guitars.
Yes.
And it's definitely got a southern rock, kind of a ZZ Top kind of flavor to it all. Is that kind of where you guys live?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We have definitely a rock edge on the guitar, and so we're, is it rock, is it country? So we keep the country beat behind it, you know what I mean? So it's got that 5-1-1-5-1-4-5 instead of the 1-4-5-1-4-5 in rock, and it's big time with the drums, and the bass. The drums and the bass are just a little bit different between rock and country.
Yeah, that's
true.
Yeah,
so we put the drum and the bass on the country side, and then we're rocking on the guitar.
I love that you know the science of it all. That's good stuff there.
Yeah.
That's good. So let's talk about the inspiration. What made you guys decide to get the band together and record this, and what's the end game? What's the goal for? I mean, because you're an accomplished professional. You don't need to go out making money playing bars and in shows and whatnot. Well, it's just kind of like this is the dream. Let's go ahead and do it. Kind of go all in.
Yes, I've always been a songwriter, and so there is a plan, there is a goal. We wanted, my college roommate, Clay Mitchell, is a lyricist. He's also a published author. He's in San Antonio, and he also has a home improvement company for exteriors, windows and siding and all that kind of stuff. He does real well, but he's published author with 2 books, and I hadn't talked to him in 20 years. And I was asking my brother, hey, whatever happened to Clay Mitchell? Because when back in college, play out, party, come back to my house, and then I would just be by myself on the guitar and I'd just play riffs, just of my own, and he would sing and make up words, and everybody would say, hey, that's better than what y'all playing in bars. How come you're not doing that? And I remembered it, and so I asked
like a Leonard McCartney kind of John Bon Jovi, Richie Sambora kind of connection. That's cool,
and so we literally do Zoom calls 2 and 3 times a week where I'm on my guitar, I say, hey, here's a riff, here's what I want the song to be about. Like Lightning Comes Around is a song that I wrote all the lyrics, wrote everything, and then I gave it to him, and then he really writes the lyrics. I'm like, oh, that's how it's done. I think I can, but I can't. I'm a guitar player. I can write riffs and grooves.
But you get the concept and you get the core of it all, but you just kind of tweak it artistically, I guess, right?
Correct.
That's awesome.
And so we want to do that for other people as well. But I want to establish a name for us, do it for a few years, be an artist, play live, do that, build the brand, and then find the 25-year-old up-and-coming superstar and try to write some songs for them.
This is great news to me, because I kind of thought that this was maybe just kind of like, no offense, but like for S and grins, you know what I mean? But this is you guys are want to do this and make this happen. Very cool, man.
Yes. Yeah. So and tied in with marketing and show the bands how to market themselves and how to get out there.
And again, you're a sales guy, so you know how to get all this stuff going. So it must be pretty cool to be able to apply the knowledge you have as a sales guru. You know what I mean? To the business, to the music business.
It really is. It's like coming back home into radio. I love radio. Grew up on it. My parents used to say when I was 3 years old I wouldn't come out of the car because I thought the people were inside the radio and I didn't want to leave them alone. So I would just sit there and bang on the dash. And my dad was in television, and my dad and my brothers went to TV, and they're like, "What are you doing going to radio?" I was like, "Well, I'm next to the music."
You're good enough looking. You're a good-looking guy. You can do TV.
Well, I just love radio. I've always loved radio. So,
no, and only radio people get that.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just the thing. It's like, no, you got
it's in your blood.
It's in your blood. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool to have you. You have a song on the radio, man. So
absolutely.
Let's go talk about the song. Let's go talk about the rising success of Women, Cars, Guns, and Guitars. How's it been treating you so far?
It's been doing. It's better than we expected, and it's helped us out so much. So grateful for everyone that plays it, like you guys, and. It's helped us grow. It's really just it's a fun song. It's all about the groove. People can two-step to it. They can dance regularly to it. So it's on the edge of Georgia Satellites. It could even be.
That's a
Black
great.
Crowes,
That's a great comparison. Yeah. Forgot about the Satellites, man. It's a great band.
Yeah, a real good band.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. So it's. We've done real well with it. We're very, very happy with it. That one live, people really love it live. They'll line dance to it, and we get a great reaction.
So give us a bit more information about the new stuff and how we're going to get it and digest it.
So I'm a Wannabe is a little bit faster pace. You know, it's at 142 BPM, which is beats per minute. So it's an up tempo too. It's a little happier. You know, I'm a Wannabe is about a guy that's given up the party life and wants to commit to his girl. You know, and so it's a fun song. Yeah. It's a happy song. And then Devil's Eye is about a bull rider named Cory from San Antonio, and he's willing to do anything. So he takes a spell called the Devil's Eye from an Indian woman, and from Albuquerque, and so he becomes champion. But then the spell drives him crazy. Wow! And so that's why it's called the Devil's Eye. And so
I like the folklore, and that's nice. That's good stuff.
And that one's kind of southern rock country, big time.
Man, it sounds exciting. It sounds like the music, and lyrically, it's going to be really refreshing and good stuff too. So again, we got Mark here from the Mojo Brothers Band. Review us on the website and the socials. Where to find you guys?
It's mojobrothersband.com and Facebook, Instagram. All of it is at Mojo Brothers Band.
Real quick before we get into your song, what are you most looking forward to about the events here at Texas Regional Radio Music Awards? You looking forward to meeting anybody, rubbing shoulders with anybody?
Big time. It's all about meeting people and then also seeing the great artists. These bands right here, all 8 of them are fantastic.
Yeah, they really are.
They're really, really good.
And we've got Love and Chaos coming up a little bit later.
Yes.
Kendall Beard and AJ Vallejo performing live here at Texas Live in the PBR Cowboy Club. So again, Mojo Brothers Band, Women, Cars, Guns and Guitars. Let me thank some sponsors again. Mark will appreciate that. I'm doing my sales thing. Backride Spunkhouse, First State Bake of Uvalde, Medina Electric Cooperative, again, Graf 70 Ranch and Hondo, Texas Farm Store, and Southern Lace Marketplace. Women, Cars, Guns and Guitars, Mojo Brothers Band. This is Uvalde Radio. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Robert. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
UvaldeRadio.net. Hey, good evening. I'm Robert Miguel. We are coming at you live from Arlington, Texas at the PBR Cowboy Bar at Texas Live, getting ready for, well, this is night 1 of the biggest nights in Texas music. We're at the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, the Future Face, the showcase featuring 8 of the rising stars in Texas music, all competing. Competing is a harsh word. You know, they're all trying to get it, trying to bring the porridge to the porch, so to speak. And whoever wins tonight gets to perform at the big award ceremony tomorrow night. So the gala event is tomorrow, the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. Real quick, thanks to our sponsors, DKM Enterprises, Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, Uvalde Grand Opera House, and Southern Lace Marketplace. Now, the 8 competing artists tonight were Jordan Rayner, Landon Heights, Olivia Harms, James Robert Webb, Amanda Kate Ferris, Chaser Crouch, Sandee June, and Ryder Grimes. And again, we're going to find out who's going to win and perform tomorrow here pretty soon. And live music by Love and Chaos. That's Kendall Beard and AJ Vallejo, who have been hosting and are going to be performing very soon. But right now, after all that, I'm joined by Matthew Ryan, right?
Yes, sir.
I talked so long, I almost forgot who I'm talking to, man.
No worries, man.
It is good to have you here, man. We got your latest single on the air right now.
Oh, yeah.
And so let's get caught up, man. What you been up to?
You know, just getting my band together. Got my band with me tonight.
Nice.
Just first time being here. My first time last year, but my first time being here with my band. So it's a lot nicer than, you know, going in, you know, not empty-handed and alone. It's a nice feeling. But you know, we've been playing around Texas a lot, and you know, just getting our honky-tonk song, you know, and our sound around Texas, and just having a good time.
So what? Now you did "Buzzin' on Your Love" last year, and you got the current single now,
yes,
which is called "Honky Tonk Downstairs." It's a fun song. You guys have just a really cool, you know, a blend of Texas country, maybe some '90s country vibes in there too. Go ahead for those who you're brand new again, Matthew Ryan. Give us the 101, if you will, on the sound that you're bringing.
You know, the next stuff that we're working on getting my first album out. I want it to be very genuine 1960s, early 70s country sound. I love the Texas stuff now, but I'm getting a little bit further away from that and doing more of the traditional side of it.
Yeah, very good. It's good stuff. So where can we find more information about you and what you guys are doing?
You go to MatthewRyanMusic.com and you can find all my upcoming shows, my email list, and all my singles and everything about myself as well.
Now, where are you from and how long have you been doing all this?
From San Antonio, Texas, and I've been. I released my first single out in 2021. I've only been playing for about less than a year with my band, and yeah. So
now you've got a strong, capable voice and a good sounding record. How long did it take you to decide to go and jump into this whole big, recording and then pushing the radio thing?
I took a trip to Nashville in 2021, and I went around all the famous honky tonks, and I saw everybody living their dream and doing their thing, and I always thought that I had it in me to do it, and I decided right then and there that I was going to do it, and I was fortunate enough to meet Bill and Debbie Green, and the rest is history, and I can't wait to see what the future brings.
Shout out to Bill and Debbie. They're great promoters and recorders, and man, let's go and get it on. Matthew Ryan, the new song is called Honky Tonk Downstairs. Give us the quick on what the song is about.
It's an old 60s barroom song, beer drinking song about a guy that, his wife is a barmaid downstairs working for a guy that's not a very nice guy, and, it's kind of an old beer drinking honky tonk song.
Well, let's check it out. Again, Matthew Ryan, Honky Tonk Downstairs. We are UvaldeRadio.net, and we are live at Texas Live in Arlington. UvaldeRadio.net. Hey, it's Robert Miguel, and Cory Brooks is here back with us.
My mouth is full of pizza.
This pizza is amazing. Where'd you get this pizza?
Next door.
Wow, do you know what it's called? Doesn't even say in the box, but it's really, really good.
No, it's very good.
It's like a meat lovers type thing. What'd you get here?
Pretty much, yes.
Thank you for thinking
of me.
It's so good. So we just heard some Matthew Ryan, Honky Tonk Downstairs. Great talking to that guy. Boy, we're just doing these rapid fire interviews. We're gonna have to kind of keep them a little shorter now to get through more people. We got a big line waiting. But thanks again to our sponsors: Back Ranch Bunkhouse, First State Bank of Uvalde, Medina Electric Cooperative, Graf 7A Ranch in Hondo, Texas Farm Store, Star Realty and Ranch, DKM Enterprises, Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, Uvalde Grand Opera House, and Southern Lace Marketplace. I said that real fast because they just announced the winner of the Future Faces show. Go ahead and drum roll, Cory Brooks. Tell us who won.
Jordan Rainer.
I almost looked kind of back.
I heard the Jordan part, and I was like, dang it.
Jordan Rainer. That's who I predicted would win this thing. She's great.
That's who you predicted, yes.
And she deserves, she's got a lot of good buzz on her, and everybody loves her. She's the damn sandwich girl. Hopefully we're going to get Jordan on the air a little bit later. But we're going to take a break. Cory, what has been your experience so far? I've been busy kind of here at Mission Control. What you been doing out there?
I'll tell you what, I've been meeting some really nice people. A lot of times when you meet people that are up and coming, they almost have a weird vibe about them. Everybody here has been so nice and so down to earth and so just appreciative of us playing their stuff.
It's a big happy family, and it's really cool to be out here. So, again, we are live in Arlington. The big event is tomorrow, the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. I believe that Love and Chaos is on stage right now performing. Kendall Beard, AJ Vallejo, and they got a great band, so the live music has started. We're going to have to wrap up this thing. I see Ariel Hutchins over there. We're going to get Jenni Allora on. I'm going to try to get Olivia Harms on.
And Bray Bagwell is waiting in line, too.
Whoever we don't get on tonight, we'll talk to tomorrow at the actual award ceremony on the red carpet. So we're going to resume regular programming, taking a break here, but we are live at Texas Live, the PBR Cowboy Bar in Arlington, Texas. Cory Brooks, go ahead.
What a great, fun time. We are UvaldeRadio.net.
Uvalde Radio, live from the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards.
UvaldeRadio.net. Hey, Robert Miguel with you live. We are in Arlington, Texas for the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. Hey, our live broadcast is brought to you by Back Ranch Bunkhouse, First State Bank of Uvalde, Medina Electric Cooperative, Graf 7A Ranch in Hondo, Texas Farm Store, Star Realty and Ranch, DKM Enterprises, Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, the Uvalde Grand Opera House, and Southern Lace Marketplace. Thank you guys for paying our gas at our hotel and our drinks tonight. So thank you guys for being a part of that. This is exciting. We're at the Future Faces show. They just recently announced the winner of the Future Faces competition, Jordan Rainer. That was my pick. I figured she would win it. And right now, another winner in my book, Ms. Jenni Allora is joining us. How you doing, ma'am?
Hello. It's so good to see you.
It is so loud, right?
Oh my God! If the party isn't happening behind me right now, I don't know what is going on.
Love and Chaos is tearing it up.
Yes, they are.
My eardrums, what they're tearing up.
Oh my God! We gotta tell some stories about AJ Vallejo on this interview with Scott. By the way, this is my producer Scott Ferris.
I was gonna say this is the coolest looking cat in the club right now.
He certainly is. And turns out,
I want that jacket. Did they make that in like super fat size?
Yeah. So I actually got one of those patches for him that says "World's Nicest Badass."
That's awesome.
Scott is the world's nicest.
She stole that one from me, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
That's my original title.
No, I mean, that's why when I introduced you guys, I was like, I would like rock and roll Robert to meet rock and roll Scott and just become rock and roll friends, because you guys are like the two coolest men I've ever met.
So, and this is pretty much one of the masterminds behind your sound, right?
Absolutely, the mastermind behind my sound. But funny story, he's up for producer of the year, as is AJ, who's playing behind us. And it turns out, like, not only that, they've done some shows together many times in the past, which is super
Like in
fun.
the old Vallejo days? So me and AJ go back, because I used to do rock radio here in DFW. So when I was on the Eagle, we had lots of Vallejo shows. It was so cool. So when I found out AJ was doing country, it was really cool. When you can connect those dots every now and again, it's a lot of fun. So what's your background, sir, in recording and live music, rock and roll, obviously?
Yeah, rock and roll. I toured for 20 years in rock bands. We toured around, did all the good fun stuff, and then I opened a studio and have been doing that for about the last 15 years and got to work with a lot of incredible artists. One of my absolute favorites ever is Jenni Lord.
So how does your paths cross?
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to tell it? Okay, I'll tell the story. So I taught at a studio in Lubbock. I taught guitar for many years, and she took lessons from the man who owned the studio, and he would go out on the road. He was a famous classical guitarist named David Brandon, and while he was gone, I would take everybody, and that's how I met Jenni. I started teaching her some guitar lessons, and we've been fast friends ever since.
Very cool.
That's exactly right.
When did you guys make the jump from instructor to producer,
Well, so it was kind of a journey because I was very young when he was my guitar teacher, but then he taught at a school, like one of the most renowned music schools.
For the record, everybody, Jenni Lord is very young right now. Still very young and beautiful.
He taught at South Plains College, which is a world-renowned music school, and I attended there. And he was my teacher in a few courses, as well as they had an ensemble class where you basically got to be part of a band. And he was the band leader, and so we were in a rock band together called Ear Candy. And we performed all around town. We did all kinds of stuff, and I think that's really when our friendship formed, because I was a bit older, and he's just always been a hero of mine. And to be able to work with him 30 years later is a dream come true.
Now this is interesting to me because we've done many interviews over the years, and this is new information to me. So this is really kind of a cool, like, before Jenni Lord as you are defined now.
If anybody ever wonders why Jenni Lord doesn't sound as country as she should, it's because Jenni Lord loves rock and roll and loves the blues.
That was going to be my next point, is that you're not really what you call a standard Texas country artist. You're definitely something out of the box, and it makes sense now.
Yes.
Definitely some past, influences and some current influences, like this crazy guy right
This
here.
guy is the best. He's the biggest influence. He's absolutely credited for taking my songs and putting them where they are today.
Oh my gosh, Jenni, that's so kind of you. But I gotta tell you that Jenni is a singular visionary as an artist. She knows what she wants, but she's also very trusting. She hands me her music and says, "Go for it." And we're an incredible team when we work together. So, and this latest album, In the Dance, is just magic, Jenni. You destroyed it. The songs are just the best you've ever written. It's if you folks out there have not heard this record, go check it out. It's incredible.
So what would you say, and what would you say is the major difference, the growth, or what levels this up compared to past efforts?
Oh gosh, it's just her songwriting on this record is just unparalleled. It's grown so much. Her songwriting has always been incredible. It's one of the things that I fell in love with Jenni. When she was a little girl, she could write a song. When she was 12, it was just shocking how incredible she was. But just to see that growth as a songwriter and just as a singer, she's just a singular artist who is just unparalleled. She's just great.
In the recording process, what has changed and evolved the most, I guess, distinct for you, because you got a good perspective, right? What are the tips and little things that you do that are different that you've evolved along with her, I guess?
Oh yeah. How many records have we made now, Jenni? Oh my gosh.
I think we've made 5 records now.
Yeah. So we started out. It was more about trying to really just capture kind of live what was happening with the band that she had. We've expanded. She's grown. She's asked me to do horn tracks and string arrangements, and my wife Amy is a composer and has done a lot of that stuff. And on this last record, I was just massively honored because she asked me to play guitar, and I played all the guitar.
That's very cool.
Guitar on the record.
Well, you guys, I mean, it must be fun watching you guys go to the studio, because it sounds like you guys have just a kinship and a friendship. I mean, obviously, that's years and years years of working together. That's fantastic. This is a really a cool treat to hear the story from you, Jenni. It's really cool.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you letting us both jump on here. I'm so proud of him for his nomination this year. And I'm actually, I've been a presenter the last few years, and I'm a presenter again this year. And this is the first time they've ever asked me ahead of time to be a presenter. Usually I show up and they go, by the way, you're presenting, good luck. And they throw me to the wolves. And I'm hoping that maybe with a little bit of notice, maybe it's because I get to present a really cool award to a really cool person. But I don't know. I guess we'll see.
It would make sense. Very good.
It would be amazing.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Well, and to be honest with you, Robert, I already won. I got nominated, and Jenni's the person who nominated me, and I wouldn't be here without her. So,
well, fantastic. Let's go and talk about the current song, Love You Like You're Leaving. That's the new Jenni Gaylord single. Give us a little background on this, and let's get it on the air.
Oh, Jenni brought this song to me, and I just fell in love with it. It's just an incredible tune. It was a blast to play guitar on this for you, and I just think it's a really, it's a banger.
It's one of my favorite songs off the record. It's been out 5 weeks, and we're already at number 53.
That's awesome.
And we so appreciate UvaldeRadio.net. You've always been one of our biggest supporters. And I actually get to go play with you in June, which is so exciting.
Yeah, Friday Night Live with Jenni Gaylord in June. So I forget the exact date, but it's coming soon.
I mean, last time they ran out of Maker's Mark, right? So we got to make sure that they are stocked up.
Maybe we'll just stash some, bring it back.
I'm going to get a hotel room this time, and that way you and I can just relax, and I don't have to drive however long, and we're just going to hang out and have a good time.
It sounds like a plan. And once again, Jenni Gaylord here, and we look forward to seeing you on the big stage tomorrow doing your thing.
Robert. Yeah, it's going to be amazing, and I just look forward to hanging out with my friend Scott. This is his first time here at the awards.
That's fantastic.
So I'm trying to introduce him to all my cool friends like you. So thank you for letting us come on here and just have a good time.
Give us the website and the socials and all that stuff.
JenniDaylord.com. JenniDaylord.com.
I'm going to thank a couple of sponsors real quick. Southern Lace Marketplace, the Uvalde Grand Opera House, Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, and DKM Enterprises. That's just to name a few. We got more of those to thank later. But right now, let's do it. Jenni Gaylord Band, Love You Like You're Leaving. And this is UvaldeRadio.net. We are live in Arlington, Texas. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
UvaldeRadio.net live in Arlington, Texas. We are at the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. We are at night one of Texas Country's biggest nights, and the big day is tomorrow when we find out who takes home all the hardware. And our live coverage is brought to you by Backrash Bunkhouse, First State Bank of Uvalde, Medina Electric Cooperative, Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo, Texas Farm Store, and Star Realty and Ranch, just to name a few. Thank you to our sponsors for providing the gas money and the food money and the bar money. And speaking of bars,
love that money, baby.
We got James Robert Webb. What's up, there? It's good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, brother.
Toured up upstage. There's a Future Faces show here, so 8 of the rising stars in Texas music kind of competing, vying for the opportunity to perform on the big stage tomorrow.
Right.
How do you feel about how your performance? You're one of the 8 that were picked, and you're a future face, but you've got number ones on your belt, right? And you're kind of a big deal.
I'm you tell me that, and I'm still kind of like living in a dream about that. We've had 2 number ones, I think, in the last year. And the first one was like a freaking, a sad song, like Stealing Home. And then like maybe the polar opposite of that, was like Whipping Cowboy. And now, we got local participating honky tonks. It's like, I think, number 12 this week.
Yeah, it's not up there. You're pretty predicting a number 1?
I don't want to whistle through the through the graveyard.
We're not going to jinx you.
I'm just so incredibly happy for the response I've had there. Because when I started off, I tried to go in Texas, and they weren't really, because I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? And they weren't really too open to Oklahomans, and now it's kind of come back full swing. So it's really, I've always identified more with this regional music because I grew up listening to people like, George Strait and Willie Nelson and Brooks and Dunn and Toby Keith and Roger Miller and all these people in this area, because that's what I consider red dirt, there's something magic in this region. That's kind of where I draw from. Yeah, I'm just really grateful to be here, and I still can't believe I got selected for New Faces.
So what was the experience like getting up there with 7 of your, contemporaries, and what was it? not only are you kind of in what's basically a competition, but you're also in front of some of the again some of your contemporaries, but also some possibly some idols, right? So what was a lot of pressure, or was it easy peasy?
Well, I mean, there's a little pressure. I mean, you always think about it, but you kind of have to put that behind and make it about the music. That's why I kind of made the decision to go out with. It sounds like game day, right? That's why I made the decision strategically to come out with "Gone Too Soon," because it's just a song from the heart. And congratulations to Jordan Raynor,
absolutely,
tonight, and really to everybody in Future Faces. It's a great round of people, and I think it just kind of shows this red hot Texas music scene has and the future of it. And I love the diversity of the sounds.
It really is amazing when you get 8 artists and they all have a very distinct. They're all doing their own thing, but it all goes together real well, like a Thanksgiving dinner.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. So I'm just really thrilled to be a part of it, and I think even I would have loved to win and play at the TRMAs, but I'll be at the TRMAs in a couple of years hopefully. But what really meant the most to me is I probably had about 5 or 6 people come up afterwards and mention that song touched them, the "Gone Too Soon" song. So that was those are the kind of moments you always live for as a songwriter and as an artist.
The connection, for sure.
The connection, because you want to touch other people, just like I've been touched by other great songs, whether they're deep and meaningful songs or whether they're just woo-woo Friday night songs, which is kind of like what I like.
Just as important.
Absolutely. I mean, if you make somebody feel something, that's the only reason for music for me.
So your new single is definitely a Friday Night Party song. Let's talk about local participating honky tonk. Give us the inspiration and all that.
Yeah, I have a friend that I write with a lot named Alex Dooley, and he always throws this idea out for 2 for 1 from 10 to 2, which is kind of a cool line. He threw that out 3 or 4 times, and then I was driving home one night, and this song just kind of came to me. It was it's a little garbage. There's a little bit of most people won't hear your influences, but there's a little bit of what's that American Honky Tonk Bar Association?
Absolutely, sure,
but it's also it's also a little Sweet Georgia Brown and Toby Keith and all that stuff. And for me, it was just it's almost like a used car seller trying to get you down there to get drunk. Come on, baby, let's have a good time. So
look, it's clearly got things you can compare it to, but it stands on its own. It's just a great honky tonk and country song. It's good stuff. So how you feeling? Again, you got this song. It's probably going to go number 1. We don't want to jinx you. But what's the plans for new stuff?
Blowing my mind to think about that. I think now if you know me, this is nothing I would ever say, but I think the next song coming out is the biggest song I've ever written. And because I love the track, and it's just kind of 100% what I love. It's called "Gentlemen Start Your Weekends." If you heard that when I played that second one, and that got a lot of response too. I'm really thrilled. But to me, it's just kind of going back to that 90s country, Texas, go out and have a good time and dance and dance song. That's what I love about Texas music and in this region. People go out, they have a beer or whatever, but it's about dancing and having a good time, right? With your partner or whatever. Whereas the stuff from Nashville for me is everything's about the liquor and alcohol, which that's all great. But it's every single song from Nashville is love songs are in bars. People when I grew up, all the different country songs, they kind of went across the full experience of people's lives, But now it's very the stuff coming out from Nashville for me is just very one-sided, very
it's just generic,
it's focused on drinking,
for sure.
And people do stuff other than drink, If you listen to Nashville, country radio, to me it's you think we're all alcoholics that are unemployed and we're at the lake every day, So I'm just trying to write music that makes me feel something and that is kind of true to my influences.
Well, we love the new song. Again, local participating honky tonk climbing up the charts. We got James Robert Webb here. We're going to get into the new song right now. Let me take some more sponsors. DKM Enterprises, Uvalde Power Sports and Equipment, Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, Uvalde Grand Opera House, and Southern Lakes Marketplace, just to name a few. Let's go and do the song. We're live at Texas Live in Arlington, Texas, for the 12th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. Just wrapped up the Future Faces show. Love and Chaos is on stage right now, and this is local participating honky tonk. James Robert Webb on UvaldeRadio.net. James, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, sponsors. Love that money, Ricky Bobby.
UvaldeRadio.net. Hey, Robert Miguel, once again coming at you live from Arlington, Texas at the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. Night 1, the Future Faces Showcase. The winner for the opportunity to perform live tomorrow at the awards was Jordan Rayner. Hey, get over, give me here on the mic here, Cory.
I was sending pictures.
Cory taking photos, doing your duty there, and how's it been so far?
It's been a blast. I'm just running around. I saw them. They actually got the bull riding going, but only for one girl, I think. But it was cute. It was cute.
Did she fall on her butt?
She fell on her back.
Okay.
Gracefully.
It's all padded. It's all
It
good.
is.
It's easy. So yeah, it's been a great time. Loving Chaos is on stage now. I'd really like to talk to Kendall and AJ if they're not too tired after that set. They're blowing it up. It's so hard to do a live broadcast. It's so loud. Now you know why we do it way back here.
Yes.
So it's crazy. So, but we're having a good time, and I'm going to have a headache in the morning. But we're having a great time with drinks, live music, and all of our friends in the Texas country music scene. Let me thank the sponsors once again. Let's go and do the full list. Backrash Bunkhouse, First State Bank of Uvalde, Medina Electric Cooperative, Graf 7A Ranch and Hondo, Texas Farm Store, Star Realty and Ranch, DKM Enterprises, Uvalco Power Sports and Equipment, the Uvalde Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center, who's providing some really cool Uvalde swag bags they'll be giving out tomorrow during the red carpet interviews, the Uvalde Grand Opera House and Southern Lace Marketplace. Thank you guys for providing the gas, the beer money, and the food money as well too. We had some really good pizza earlier.
Yes.
It's not too bad.
Pudges. From Pudges, I found out.
Pudges, yeah, the old picture of the catcher from the Rangers.
Yes.
Yeah, cool stuff. All right, so we're gonna
look who's
we're
here.
gonna take a break and go back into regular programming for just a moment. Oh my God, it's Bree Bagwell.
It's Bree Bagwell.
Oh my gosh. Hi Bree, we love you. Yeah, Cory, you already hung out with her, right?
Yes,
yeah,
I did.
She finally makes it in the back of the room.
Right.
We're gonna get you on in a minute if you're still here. But we're gonna take a break, go back into regular programming. We'll be back in a few. This is UvaldeRadio.net live in Arlington for the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. You say bye, Cory.
Bye, Cory.
There you go.